You.
The idea that your 20s are the best time of your life is complete and utter bullshit.
Your 20s are a very interesting time in your life, I would say, especially when you're fresh out of college. Once you leave college, you graduate, everyone walks across that stage, they get their degrees, and for some friend groups, that's pretty much the end of that chapter. For college friends, those are usually the friends that you keep for life, but for the most part, a lot of people end up in different places, whether it be the same state, different cities, or just different states. And two of my best friends now live in Florida, and one of my best friends lives in Texas. Mel basically talks about how being in your 20s, adults usually tend to say that the 20s are the best time period for you to live, and that's when life is the most fun. You get to travel and do your thing before you get older and you start to really dive into starting your life as an adult. But I feel as though that's not necessarily the case. For some people, yeah, you graduate, you get the job that you want, whether it's entry level or the actual job that you were looking for, and you begin to start your career. I also know people who graduate with their degree, can't find a job in that field. A lot of the times they're trying to figure things out, or maybe the degree that they graduated with wasn't actually something they were passionate about. But, you know, I had the whole college experience, and college was fun, but I also feel as though there was a lack of passion. My parents always made college not really an option. It was just kind of a thing to do. Like it's a very traditional thing to do. Like you graduate high school, you go to college. But, you know, Mel also talks about the great scattering, as she calls it.
And the great scattering begins. Every single person you know scatters in different directions. Everybody is suddenly on a different timeline. They're living in different places. They're working in different jobs. They're hanging out with different people. They're achieving different milestones at different paces. And your entire frame of reference for how you're doing, how you're tracking your progress, what you're supposed to be doing today, what you're supposed to be doing next month, what you're supposed to be doing next year, gone. Zippo, disappear, nada. It's just you and this entire oyster that you now feel lost in.
Pretty much, you know, everyone graduates college and they go and do their own thing, and some people move far away, you know, some people stay in the same area. But at that point in time, everyone is living their life. For college, most of those people will be the friends that you keep for life, but friends grow apart. It doesn't mean that the friendship dynamic has changed. There's a lot of my friends that I see, and it's like we pick up where we left off. But people get busy, people have their own lives to live, and things happen, things change. She also discussed how you can't really see what you're supposed to be doing. Like, no one's telling you what to do anymore once you're done with school. And there's no way to like record your achievements. I don't think that's the right word, but that's what I'm gonna go with for now because I'm blanking. But you can't really like when you're in school, in high school or college, you know what you're supposed to be doing. Oh, I have this assignment due. Oh, I have this project coming up. Oh, I have an exam on this day. I need to have these amount of credits to move on to the next grade. And when you're in high school, it's like, oh, you know, I need to keep my grades up so I can get into this school, and I need to be in this program and this extracurricular club. And you just have things pretty much lined up for you. Once you graduate, it's all up to you. You start making your own decisions. You can ask your parents for advice and help, and they will, but at the end of the day, it's all on you. And that's what some people struggle with.
Your 20s are so hard because it is the first time in your life where no one is telling you what to do. Just stop and think about this for a second. There's no playbook. And all you've known from 0 to 20 is someone else's playbook. The first 20 years of your life, every detail was planned for you. And it was planned for all your friends too.
As she said in the beginning of the video, it's okay to not know what you're doing. It's okay to not feel like your 20s is the best time of your life. It's okay to be stressed. And I try to talk to my mom about this stuff all the time. Like, you know, I understand like I'm still young and I have to figure things out, but it's not easy. It's not easy at all. And the whole saying that your 20s is the best time of your life, I mean, it can be. For some of my friends, it is. I see some of my friends travel and they go where they want, they do what they want for the most part. But that's not a lot of them. That's some. That's not all. And she also makes the point that, you know, some people want to appear as happy and as if they're doing well for themselves.
Everybody's sitting there putting out the perfect story, like they got it all together with the perfect brunch and the perfect this and the perfect that and the perfect ski suit and the perfect this. Everybody is panicking. So you're not a loser. Let's just get that straight, okay? You're in the great scattering.
But for the most part, everyone tends to care just a little about what people think and others' opinions. So when you're out of college and all you see on social media is people you graduated with, peers and friends, just living their lives to their full extent, and you know, it can sometimes be a bit overwhelming for someone who feels like their life is in shambles. And, you know, I'm glad she said that it's okay to feel as if things just aren't going your way, because for the most part, it may not be. And she did say that, you know, you should give yourself some more credit. You're doing a lot better than you think you are, and you have your together. So I stumbled upon that video on TikTok and it just got me thinking. But just, you know, college was great. That part of my 20s, obviously you're still in that whole system of just, you have things that are lined up to do. Like everything is pretty much planned out for you to do and get done in an order, fashionably, timely manner. Once you hit that age where you're out of college and you're done and now you're in the real world doing real world things and adulting, it's definitely very stressful. It can be stressful at times. So seeing a video like that definitely just kind of opened up my mind a little bit and just kind of reminded me, like, all right, like you can't be so hard on yourself all the time, and it's okay to feel overwhelmed. You don't always have to seem as though you're doing so well. So I'm glad that I stumbled upon it. She had a lot of good things to say in that video. I'll probably link it down below. But even though I've always kind of known in the back of my head that I wanted to do YouTube, life is what you make it. If you're passionate about something, go for it. That's the one thing I will agree when adults say that, you know, you're young, so chase your dreams while you're young, because when you get older, it's a lot harder, or so they say. You're never too old to chase your dreams. But, you know, when you're young, you have a little more time. So as you get older, obviously, you don't have as much time. I'm glad that I was able to come to the realization, I know I want to do YouTube, so why not just do it? And some of my close friends aren't in the same state as me anymore, but you know, we still communicate and stuff, and I have friends in my corner who also have the same passion as me. One of my friends, he does Twitch. I'm actually gonna pop it up on the screen, so y'all go follow, or if you want, subscribe to his Twitch. And I also have another really good friend, he does YouTube. He actually helped me a lot when I was starting up my YouTube with advice on how to edit and thumbnails and all that stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and pop him up as well. So y'all go ahead and subscribe to his YouTube, check out his channel. But I'm very curious to see what other people think. Mel says in her podcast video that a lot of their team workers who are in their 20s basically agreed with what she was saying. Some days are better than others. The 20s are kind of overhyped. Granted, I'll never be this young again, so I'm gonna have fun while I can.
And if you're a parent listening in, please start validating what the 20-somethings in your life are feeling. Stop trying to fix it and just sit with them and acknowledge how hard and overwhelming it can be, and remind them that they have their shit together more than they think. I mean, remember how hard your 20s were?
Rolling down the streets with a new Mac 11. Still going hard, no question. I ain't never been the sun in my motherfucking life, but I'm still ballin' out like Devin. Shooting stars, gotta miss my presence. Up regardless, like I'm 7-Eleven. 1-800, get it 24/7. The dawn horizon, I see 3 777s. If you scared, go ahead, talk to the Reverend. I say close to my motherfucking